And now we welcome on a very special guest in studio today. We've got the singer and guitarist for Houdini's Code. It's Kevin Cedar sitting with us in the Garage Beer Throne. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
It gets a little toasty in here, so, you know.
I'm glad I wore a flannel.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're used to sweating on stage and getting all worked up and excited with your performing. Your first and farewell tour kicks off this Saturday.
Yeah.
At the Rialto Theater. Is that how you say it, in Akron?
Yeah. Yeah, so this Saturday we play in Akron. We're with Sabin and Matilda Pablo. They'll be joining us, and yeah, we're pretty excited for the show. Yeah.
What's the Cleveland music scene like for those that don't know?
It's actually pretty good. Like the more like we've like dove into it, like just like the biggest thing with a rock band is you really have to connect with other rock bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like just meeting all the people that we have, I don't know, the music scene has impressed me, especially like Akron has a nice scene out there. Cincinnati has a nice scene. Yeah.
So where else are you guys going to be playing during this tour?
Yeah. Ohio.
Love
so we said tour just because it's like, it frames it.
What is
it makes it look so much better.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It was more of a joke, but people have really like, oh, you're on tour? I'm like, yeah, sure. But yeah, we play in Akron. We play we play Bowling Green, which I went to BGSU,
Nice.
so I'm pretty excited on Halloween.
The hometown concert.
Yeah,
that's a big one for you.
Howard's, that's going to be awesome.
Nice.
We play Musica in Akron as well, and then Beachland Ballroom, which I'm excited for. We play the Tavern, not the Ballroom, but someday.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, biggest diva in the band is who? You could say yourself. You could put that out there.
I mean, as like the singer, like I feel like you have to be the biggest diva, but I'm gonna say, yeah, it's me. It's definitely me. I just feel like everyone else is kind of laid back and they go with the flow, and I feel like just because, I don't know, we don't have a diva, but if there was one, it's me.
And the thing
I'll
is,
take
like,
it.
yeah, like somebody has to take ownership of it, right?
Yeah,
Like to
yeah.
get you guys gigs and to make sure these gigs go smoothly. So
Yeah.
I feel like it does kind of default on the singer, and usually the lead guitarist kind of has to be the guy that gets the rest of the group in order. That's usually how these things go.
So, Kevin, the name of the band is Houdini's Code. How did you guys come up with that name for this band?
Man, the guys hate me for this, but I came up with the name, and it's too late to like change.
You are
it.
the diva.
Yeah. Well, it started out where it was basically like a disguised solo project with,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And then it turned into a band. So like,
So it's all about you. Really,
at first
initially.
it was,
Yeah.
and now it's not, which
a
is
little
more,
bit
it's
less
way
about
more,
you.
way more fun now. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a story basically that Harry Houdini like gave this secret code to his wife to like contact him after death. It sounded like a cool story.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's make that a band name. And now later on, I'm like, should we have used something else? Like, you know what I mean?
I like
Well, it
it.
sounds
Yeah.
cool. It's very mystical. It
Okay,
sounds like
yeah.
there's a lot to it, a lot of mystery, and that's kind of what you want as a band, right? You
Yeah.
want that kind of an image. You want to project that there's more to us than just this guy that you see up here on stage.
Man,
right?
we should hire you for our PR. Like, yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, every time someone's asked me that question, I've always fumbled it because I have no idea what to say. I'm just like, yeah. Our joke is we're not into magic. Because we've been played on 107.3 Alt Cleveland a lot.
Nice.
And there's a radio DJ there. He introduces us every time the same way. And like,
What's the introduction? What does he do?
it's the same thing every time. He's like, these guys are not into magic. Like someone wrote it as a joke. But like after 7 different times being on the show, we're like, dude, like there's more facts about us than like, can you use something else?
Oh,
for the
you're
love
stuck
of
with it
God?
now.
Yeah.
It's like getting a
Yeah.
nickname. Once you get
Yeah.
the nickname, it's done.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your tagline forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That's
But-
funny. Hey, you've talked about a portion of merch sales going to billionaires in need. What
Yeah.
does this mean? What's this?
So we want to give back. You know, music's about, bringing people together, and we're just trying to speak up for the ones who are forgotten about. And, it's a shame, like Jeff Bezos just got married, and I think his wedding was like only $1 billion.
Yeah, that's
Our
Right.
job is get it to $2 billion for his third marriage. And, Yeah, we just care about billionaires. They get a lot of criticism nowadays. Shout out
come
Jimmy
on.
Haslam.
Let's be fair here, Kevin.
Jimmy and D Haslam.
Yeah, there you go. But you're right, and you hit on something there.
Yeah.
All charity starts at home, right?
Yes.
Keep it in Northeast Ohio. We need some hitting with the Guardians right now. How about helping out the Dolans? Can you give them a few bucks? It seems like they're a little light. They can't seem to hit the free agent market. They can't bring in anybody. We can't hit our way out of a brown paper bag right now. We've lost 10 games in a row as of taping right now. So can you give them a few bucks? Maybe we get a hitter into Cleveland.
Honestly, we should. Yeah, the Dolans definitely need to be on the list because
raise some money. Give us a right field.
And they can't trade it. That's the only rule. If we give them charity, there's no trading, because we know they'll trade them for like a 6th round pick or something. But I don't know. At least the front office. Like I do trust the front office of the Guardians. I know a lot of people don't right now, but
hard
we're
to say
always
right now,
relevant, you know. And like I'll give them that because the Browns. Sometimes it gets a little rough over there, so you know what I mean.
No. Speaking of the Browns, what do you think about the guitar smash when they go out? They do the guitar smash at the beginning of the game. Does that like offend you as somebody who makes money off of music?
I love it. I think it's awesome. Like they had Zach Wilde do it, and they have I forget his last name, but that kid Max. I think Max Stackhouse. He's always doing it.
Yeah.
We almost played a show with him.
Did you really?
Yeah. He has a band called Stackhouse. Definitely check them out. He's super gifted guitar player. Yeah. He's like, I don't even know how, he's like 15.
Right.
Yeah.
He's so much better than
me. But he plays the guitar. He's not out there smashing the guitar at the beginning.
That's true. Yeah. That's a good point. I don't know. I feel like it's very rock and roll to smash the guitar.
Yeah.
They are. So if he's 15 though, think about this. Like by the time Brook Park opens, they're gonna have to either shrink him down or find a new kid to roll out there for the bid.
So kids, right now,
you got to start playing the guitar, and you can
Yes.
play the Brook Park opener because Max is about to age himself out here.
I don't think so. I think Max is on his way to being a prodigy, and we're gonna see in real time his progression, his evolution.
I
That's
agree.
what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at some point it's gonna lose its luster of like, here's this cute little
Not if
kid
he's the
playing
Cleveland Jimi
Thunderstruck.
Hendrix. Nuh-uh. Right?
I think he's got a long. Yeah.
he's gonna age out of the position.
So you can only be a badass.
gonna have to
I'm, a
replace
little
that.
I'm just worried for him.
Yeah.
You know, like he's.
You have to look at the minors.
They're gonna
see
have
what
to
the bench
shrink him
strength
down.
is. Yeah.
I think
Really?
is the way to do it. Yeah. Be
Yeah.
like, see, this is the same little kid you guys have known for years here at Brook Park, strumming his guitar.
And you grew up here in Cleveland, I assume, right? Are you a local
Technically,
guy?
Ashtabula County,
Okay.
Trash Tabula County is what I tell everyone. Everyone knows it by Trash Tabula County.
Right.
I feel like me and Urban Meyer are the only two people there who know how to read. But I've come a long way in that standard. But that's where I'm from, and now I live in Cleveland area.
So you know the way Cleveland, we've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You got the Rockers coming back. It seems like every time we get an All-Star game, it's always associated with a guitar. Are you for that? Do you want to see like more guitar images out here associated with sports teams?
So I lived in Nashville for a year.
Oh, did you? Okay.
And the reason I say that is when you go to a bar in Nashville, there's music at every row. Like they kind of like live and die by like we're country music and musicians live there. I kind of want Cleveland to be that with rock and roll. Like obviously rock and roll is like the birthplace like here in Cleveland, but I want it to be like everywhere. Like I want it to be like Nashville, but for rock and roll. So I'm for it. Honestly, anything that promotes music and giving back to Jeff Bezos, I'm for it. So.
Now, the other thing that people probably don't know about you is you kind of got to start on Twitter, started putting out videos, right?
That's how I know you, yeah.
Yeah. And then you started putting out Cameo videos of various celebrities to try and get jobs with local teams here in Cleveland. Can you tell us a little bit about that for those that don't know out there?
Yeah, so I was at a really, really boring job. Like I was like a videographer. That's what I do now. For Buds and Pals, shout out. My boss will love that. But I was working for a plant company. Plants don't move, and I'm a videographer. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. And so I was like, I want to get a dream job. And I saw the Browns were hiring. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go for it. At that time, I had no sports experience. So I'm like, they're not going to even give me a shot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to be creative. So Cameo was like getting popular then. And I'm like, what if I hired like all these like Cleveland sports guys to just give me this ridiculous reference? So I had Rajay Davis, Omar, Josh Cribbs, who's a big play guy. I kind of edited his soundbite. He probably isn't happy about that. I haven't talked to him about it. We're
gonna have to go back and pull
talked
that
to his
one.
wife about it. She said that
Maria.
it sounded like it's cool, but but anyways, yeah, I put the video out. You shared it, and that's when it gained traction. It got on Sports Illustrated. I had interviews with like the news. It like blew up, but Browns never reached out to me at all. But I ended up getting a job with the Cavs later on, and so I say it was worth it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like when it's like organic like that, right? You
Yeah.
started off just like us on Twitter, and then all of a sudden you grew into something there.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
And honestly, the Browns passed up on me, but like I think they
The
have
Browns
good,
pass up on a lot of
they have good
prospects,
intuition though.
let's
Like
be
they
honest.
passed up on how many Hall of Famers.
That's
I'm
right.
not saying I'm a Hall of Famer, but I'm not Johnny Manziel either. So, so
There's a ringing endorsement right there.
Yeah.
At least I'm not Johnny Manziel.
yeah, maybe we needed a homeless guy to tell Jimmy to hire me, and then I would have been hired.
You went to Cameo. You should have
Yeah.
just gone to a food bank. That's what you should
see,
have done. You know,
that's-
just a
that's-
homeless guy right there.
It would save me some credit card money too.
Yeah.
as well.
Kevin Cedar, thanks so much for coming in
Yeah.
today. Singer and guitars for Houdini's Code. Anything else you want to plug right here before we take our break?
Yeah, so definitely check us out. We have a tour. Like I said, we play a bunch of shows. Come check us out. Even if you don't like our music, just come in. And of course, purchase some merch because we're trying to give back to the billionaires like Jimmy and Dee Haslam, and now the Dolans are on the list.
There you go.
We're gonna get some free agents and some new seat colors after this tour. But yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks so
Kevin.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Awesome.
you. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Big Play Cleveland right after this.